Good morning, everyone. My name is Danielle Gorley, Director at All For You Home Care here in Sacramento, California. It's 6:30 a.m. on a Wednesday, one day before Turkey Day. Is everybody ready for Thanksgiving? Are you doing Thanksgiving at your house, or are you bringing a dish to pass somewhere else? I want to hear, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? I kind of already had my Thanksgiving. We might do one more, we'll see, but I think we're going to kind of take it easy, maybe not get out of our pajamas. We'll see what kind of day it's going to be. But I wanted to share this informational piece that I found on the Alzheimer's Association. You can find all kinds of different types of resources there. But this is a resource that I was reading that I thought was really great. It's talking about understanding combative behaviors in someone with Alzheimer's disease. So this is a great piece of article to read. So I'm going to share it with you today, but if you have any ideas or things that have worked, got mascara running, for a family, friend, or a loved one, share it. We're very big on education here at All For You Home Care, so whatever we can use to work together to better care for our patients and those you're caring for at home, we love. So I'm going to start reading this article. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please comment below. But once again, I got this piece from the Alzheimer's Association, and you can go online and get it as well. So there's many myths about combative behavior in someone with Alzheimer's. Some of those myths are that it has something to do with their personality. It's the latest onset of a psychiatric illness like schizophrenia, or it is rare occurrence in Alzheimer's disease. The reality is that nothing of it has to do with a personality, and it is a common symptom of the illness occurring in approximately a third of individuals during the course of the illness. In order to understand how to reduce the potential for combative behavior and to know how to respond, one first has to understand why it occurs. As Alzheimer's progresses, the person has less and less tolerance for frustration, which is a regular experience for a person with the disease. Alzheimer's disease eventually affects the part of the brain that controls inhibition. When that happens, frustration can quickly turn to resistance, verbal aggression, or violence. There is not a protection between the thoughts and their actions. Thoughts become live without the benefit of the part of the brain that tells what is kind. We have to, and what the consequences are, or if you hurt another person. Combative behavior can occur for many reasons. Some are intentionally provoked due to false beliefs that someone might be hurting them or trying to hurt them in some way. Paranoia, delusions, hallucinations are also common to the experience of Alzheimer's disease and may result in self-defending behaviors that come out in aggression. It's the primary reason for combative behavior is paranoia. Medication may support this. Fear is that the primary feelings in one combative behavior. It's common for combative behavior to be provoked by things going on in the environment around them. Such things are changes in the schedule, rushing, fatigue, and pain. It's important to consider that what was going on before the combative occurrence happen to assist them in exploring patterns or things that might alteration in order to avoid another episode. So, maybe every morning they're waking up at 8 a.m. and then for just one morning in particular, you have to get them up at 7:30 and then things change. If there's a change in their schedule that's not routine, you may want to stick to a routine as much as possible. Following the possible reasons for such behavior are therapeutic responses. All individuals are different, and figuring out what the person is in need of is, a work in process. So there's no Alzheimer's patient that's going to be the same, and so you really got to get to know that person and find out what their likes and dislikes are. But know that this is part of the disease. It is common part of the disease, and we just need to do our best to help prevent it. Possible reasons for combative behavior would be boredom. So lack of structure can lead to anxiety and uncertainty. So have establish a routine throughout the day. Try maybe some day programs, get things to get them stimulated so they're not just sitting down watching TV being bored all day. Medication, so drug interactions of negative side effects can also cause restlessness and making sure that they're on the right medications. Sometimes, it's a trial and error. You got to see what medications work best for your loved one or the person that you're taking care of. Sadness or depression. Depression is very common experience in Alzheimer's disease and can result in mood changes, hostile reactions, and combative behavior. Depression is also revealed as a nervousness and negativity, and if it's possible, talk to your doctor. So making sure that you're bringing up good situations, you're talking about good things in the past. If maybe your brother didn't make it over to see mom today, we're not being negative about it and downplaying the brother. Be very positive about things, and know that they can also feed off your energy. So, if mom or dad has Alzheimer's and you're having one of those days, make sure that you're giving yourself time to take care of yourself as well. That's where respite care comes in. If you have to just leave the room, take a breather. But once you start to get upset, they're going to start to get upset. And then it becomes even more difficult. Too much activity. So, it's funny because I always talk to my caregivers about making sure that the clients are, staying stimulated. So puzzles and coloring books and board games and card games and all kinds of different things. But remember, too, that you may, instead of getting a 1,000-piece puzzle, you may want to get a 50-piece puzzle. Get something that is going to be doable. Do something that you guys can do together, but then also don't give them a project that's overwhelming and stimulates them too much. Sometimes, somebody may enjoy going to church, but then as they develop Alzheimer's, they don't want to go to church because there's too much stimulation. There's too many people. There's people asking them questions that they can no longer answer. And so then they start having difficulties and a hard time and getting frustrated. And so we want to relieve some of that frustration and do things that are simpler, things that they're going to enjoy, and things that they can accomplish. Pain, as verbalization becomes more difficult, the person with a disease has less opportunity to share with others when and where they are in pain. Pain should always be considered when exploring possible reasons for aggression. Other medical problems, acute illness, a urinary tract infection can often provoke combative behavior. This is something that we see a lot in dementia patients, making sure that they're drinking enough fluids. I have lots of people say to me, well, mom and dad really don't want to drink water. It's really hard to get them to drink anything. I would suggest, if you can, make it like a little cocktail hour, put a fun straw in there, maybe put some fruit or some lemon into the water to make it a little bit fun, and try doing something like that, because it's really important that they are drinking enough fluids throughout the day, because a urinary tract infection can just turn your world upside down, and sometimes they can be really hard to get rid of. And so if you think mom or dad may have it, they're starting to act out, you can go to a place like CVS or Walmart, and there's little strips that you can get that you can actually test in their urine to see if they do have a urinary tract infection. But then you can also take them to the doctor and have them tested and see what's going on. But that's something that you would want to get under control as much as possible, as soon as possible. Fatigue, as the disease progresses, individuals become less able to respond and to tell you that they're tired. As we get older, and with Alzheimer's, we tend to sleep more. And sometimes we want to get mom up and out and going and doing things, and just remember, we need to relax a little bit. We got to take things at their pace. Maybe they don't want to go to the mall today. Maybe they don't want to go grocery shopping today, but today's Wednesday, and every Wednesday we go grocery shopping. Try to see what you can do to get them out and going and do things, but just remember that they're going to get more and more fatigued, and when they're tired, they can get more and more combative. And so you don't want to have an episode while you're at the grocery store because we tried to rush mom or dad out the door. Communication, the way individuals are approached, is a significant indicator of how they will respond back. If you're in a hurry, if we scold them or criticize them or approach them in loud voices, chances of getting a combative reaction is going to be much greater. So this is important too. So when you're talking to mom or dad, try not to give them too many choices. You know, mom, we're going to go take a shower in 5 minutes. Or, mom, we need to go to the grocery store, so we're going to take a shower first. Instead of, mom, would you like to take a shower? And sometimes, no, it may take all day, and that's okay. We just have to have patience. Also, too, maybe if you want them to help pick out their clothes for the day, instead of having them go into the drawers and you're pulling everything out, what would you like to wear? You may have 2 choices. Here's choice A, here's choice B. Mom, which outfit would you like to wear today? Make it simpler for them. Protection, such as like bathing. Oftentimes when you have to get them into the bath, behavior may occur. So plan a bath around the time of the day where the individual is doing the best. So if they usually wake up and they're agitated because they didn't want to wake up, it's probably not best to take your bath as soon as they wake up in the morning. You're going to want to do it when they're feeling the best, most like themselves and the happiest throughout the day, because remember, we're working on their schedule, not our schedule, and so we just have to remember that. You know, making sure that if you are taking them into the bathroom, to keep things a little bit calmer, you know, make sure that the water is warm enough before getting them in there, making sure that the lights are dimmed, it's not too bright, and the room is warm. I saw in a couple clients' house, they have like these lights that you can get and plug in, and they're like red lights, and so it helps heat the room a little bit, so when they're getting in and out of the bathtub, it's not as cold. Just whatever you can do to prevent any type of outbursts, it always helps. It helps all of us. And then use nature. So, you know, if there's your loved one is starting to get agitated, maybe go for a walk, go sit outside and listen to the birds chirp, play some quiet music, something that soothes them. Maybe read to them softly, and talk to them. You can use things like dolls or stuffed animals, you know, something that calms them. And just remember to stay calm yourself. And if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, anything, feel free to write below on the video and we will get back to you. And if you have some ideas on how you work with a loved one to get them to calm when they have Alzheimer's disease, we would love to hear it. Once again, my name is Danielle Gorley with All For You Home Care, and I hope everybody has a good day. And you know, it's still quite early, so we got time to have a good day, and I hope everybody has a good turkey day. So I am going to be checking out. Bye, guys.